so far.
What is going on, guys? First guys, another video, and I'm playing my league on 2K. And this is my first match in my league, so I'm doing okay. 7-3.
He said they've really got their work cut out for them dealing with
I really
a player
have,
like
to be
Kevin
honest,
Love,
nothing else to upload.
he's
So
a 25 points per game scorer and can just dominate the glass. Defensively, you just can never leave him open. No open shots. Get a body on him the second a shot goes up. He knows it's easier said than done, but guys, that's the game plan.
And thank you for that, Doris. And here's Rose after LeBron James hitting the three and finished off by Rose.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it
see if I can
yourself.
make another three.
The shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter.
you see nothing.
And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's
Definitely
checked
not
in
by
for Gasol.
White.
Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for Doug McDermott. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Butler. Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. LeBron James, by many surveys, and no surprise here, GA, the most popular athlete in America.
I mean, the highest paid player in the league. And you know what? He deserves it. This guy has really carried the mantra as the face of our game, as well as anybody. And I tell you what, people now are starting to acknowledge the guy also delivers when it matters.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Moore passes to Rose. And it's Moore penetrating. No good. Good D by James. And it's going to be out of bounds.
I did not need to take that. The ball's ball. Bulls ball, I mean.
Bulls trail by 11.
What the hell
And
was that?
stolen by James.
Nope.
And
What the hell was that?
stolen by Mirotic. And Moore kicks it to Noah. Out of
What?
bounds.
What?
Cleveland takes possession.
They're passing
Boy,
so
did they
bad.
ever make a mess
They
out of
can't
that
pass.
one. A terrible turnover.
58 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Money.
LeBron.
No.
And a huge
No,
lead
I had
here
red
early
light.
to start.
I had a
You know,
red
right from the
light.
tip, there's not anything
No
they haven't
way.
done well so far.
No, you're kidding.
Outside Rose.
Oh, yeah.
Over
No
to the
way.
left wing. They double him with LeBron. 5 to shoot. And out of
the
bounds
hell?
it is. Last touch by Mirotic.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
I have no words.
34 seconds left here in the first quarter. Dellavedova from outside. Another 3 for Cleveland.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the
12
D looks
12
shell
straight
shocked.
points out of 3
And guys,
pointers.
now that they're rolling from out there,
Wow, finally
the
we
defense
scored.
has to really get up into them. You got to almost be
I bet
in
you
their
I'll score a
jerseys
buzzer
to try to
beater.
deny those looks.
And you can tell he's hungry, because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in this
No.
game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack
No.
the basket, just like we saw right there.
No, please get out of bounds. No.
Rose. The shot is off. And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title.
He sat us down.
When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the
22
table,
and
you
7.
better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so.
First
You'd be
quarter.
better served to go right along with what he's talking about. The
Money.
new big three along
Oh,
with Kyrie,
no.
I think if they just keep
I missed the
following
three.
LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the
And
limit.
there we go.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
What the hell was that?
On the floor for Cleveland
What?
getting going here in the second.
Damn.
Kyrie Irving and J.R.
Rose,
Smith
what
at the
the
guard
hell?
set. Kevin Love out there with Iman Shumpert.
Money.
And it's Thompson in at the
Red
pivot
light.
spot, manning the middle. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they're bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we
Get
saw.
out.
Well,
Get
you
that
know,
out
they
of
were
here.
kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Here's Gibson. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on
Money.
that one.
And he gets the bucket.
I don't know how many
And
all
those
these shots. 30 to
mid-season
9.
trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in.
think
J.R.
God's on my
Smith
side
and
today.
Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an
After he's been
incredible
finessing us and
edge
trolling us.
defensively.
Actually, no, it wasn't even God trolling us and finessing us. It was Von Der
Great
Haar.
job, I
That
think,
dude,
by the
Von
front
Der Haar.
office to get the players that fit best into the locker room
And this dude.
into the team style of play.
James checked in for Cleveland.
Watch I miss this.
Out of bounds,
Yep.
Cleveland takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And so here's Cleveland. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game.
Money.
And there's another one
Like
for the
water.
Cavaliers.
Boy, Kevin, what a
22 running the
sweet
last
stroke from LeBron that trip.
minute.
Rose double teamed, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
LeBron drives in, wasted no time on that.
What the hell?
One.
Triangle
LeBron's got
look
4
weird.
points this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Out of bounds, Cleveland
What?
takes possession.
What?
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
I'm sorry.
We're now
Chicago.
about 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Sorry, I had home court
Love
advantage.
outside. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
That's
LeBron's got
water.
5 assists tonight. And for LeBron James, a remarkable step. Greg, he had increased his field goal percentage for 7 consecutive seasons going into 2014.
Yeah, a steep decline last season, though, back below 50%.
the hell is
Was
that?
it just the
What?
challenge of new teammates
Savage.
and a new system, or the mileage he's accumulated? This season may start to answer that question.
Rose, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Cleveland with the ball, outpacing him right now in a 15-2 run.
Oh, my goodness. That's like temporary insanity right there.
Do you think he realizes we've actually got a game, a serious game taking place here? I have my doubts, partner.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Not an air ball.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for McDermott. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Rose. And then for Cleveland, Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. Here's James. He's got 13.
They don't call me
And there's
Chef.
a foul. It goes on Jimmy
They
Butler.
don't call me Chef Curry
That's
for a
his first
reason.
foul.
You know
They
what?
call
Tried
me
to step
Larry
in and
Bird
cut him off, but
for
just
no
didn't get
reason.
there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Here's Irving. Lets it fly.
You guys
He
go check my
drains the
video.
quick shot.
I just posted
Irving's got
yesterday.
10 points now just in this quarter.
17 to
And he
16
could
minutes.
be the guy
They're trash.
to put this
They're
game
both
out of
trash.
reach.
Look at this.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the Brad.
Wait. Could I make the time longer?
In Chicago signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most
kidding.
in-demand
You're
coaches
kidding, Manny.
available.
And Moore kicks it to Noah. Looking to end the drought, so the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free
Watch
throws
him
for the
make-
contact
miss
right
both
there.
free throws.
This is his
Or at least
first
one of
free
them.
throw of the game. That
Yep.
one is off. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his
You have to
first
miss it,
job
that's
as
right.
an NBA head
Oh,
coach. Now,
no.
we know he played. He's been a part of an
Yeah,
NBA front
that's
office.
true. They won't get
Clark, he came
above
from
10 at
Iowa
any
State,
game.
where he honed his
I bet
coaching
$1
skills
billion
and was highly
what you
respected.
thought.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Moore outside. The kick outside to Butler. And again, no good by Chicago.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away. Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
And here's Fry for 3. Yes, it's James
Wet
picking up
like
the assist.
water.
James has got his 6th assist on the night. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. The kick outside to Butler. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Dellavedova dishes to Mozgov. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alley-oop try.
Oh.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Cavaliers on top, running away with this one. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 16 points, 6 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they went downtown and threw a party. And fortunately, we were all invited. The key is their shooters weren't afraid to pull the trigger on open looks. And it's a blowout right now.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they could forget about a comeback.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Boy, did he put on a
19
show
points.
from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out because I guarantee they're going to keep
Money.
feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's McDermott in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
If you miss it, Schubert.
And last season,
No. You're kidding. You're kidding me. No. How? 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 How do you miss this? How?
was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
And it's Rose penetrating. Offensive rebound. Butler. Off with
You're
the
all
layup.
brick.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still
Money.
scoreless in their
Red
first
light,
5
red
minutes.
light, red
That
light.
shot becomes
Red
effortless
light.
for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some.
That one was deep.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half.
21, 22, 24, 29.
Smith kicks to LeBron. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. That's now 22 points for LeBron.